Well, how are we doing, everybody? Once again, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Evan and I are outside here this afternoon, and I don't know if you can see by the sheen on the side of my face and Evan's face there. It is hot. We've been doing odd and end things all day in the house, but we have to get the firewood stand filled up because we're going on a small family trip. Got the RV all loaded up. So we're outside, as you've been watching, getting the firewood stand filled back up. I can't believe, as hot as it is, still people buying firewood. I had it all full just a couple days ago and I sold some bundles. I keep replenishing them, but came over to the second wood yard and thought while we were over here, we'd kind of show you what it looks like. They just cut and baled the hay here in the last 2 days, so it's kind of opened it up. Show you what my inventory over here looks like. So right here behind me, I know the glare is going to be bad. You can see where the tractor's at there. Get over here, maybe we're out of the sun glare, but I've got 3 full face cord down there left, and we're working on we got 3.5. So as you can see, all of this is empty. And then those of you that have been watching, you kind of know what this looked like. I had an L shape. Everything going up the trail is all empty, going up through there. And what I did was IBC totes full of uglies, and I stacked 3 pallets, which winds up being a perfect 8 foot. But we have started replenishing this side over here. 2 face cords of oak there, 2 there. 2 more here, 2 more here, 2 there, and I'm working on the last face cord row down there. But what has changed? The addition of that tractor over there behind me has made this change. How many totes we got back there, Evan?
We've got 8 totes of oak and 6 totes of hackberry.
So 8 totes of oak and 6 hackberry. I'm running 2 rows. I'll even walk around the end down here and show you that. But since the addition of the tractor, if you guys caught a video when we first got it, Evan and I were both playing. We pushed all of this brush back. We basically had a row right behind the existing stacked rows we had, but we took from here all the way back to the woods. You could see the brush, and pushed it all back, and that enabled us to have an area to store more wood back there. And woo, sorry about this glare, everybody, but man, it's hard to get out of it this time of day. So yeah, got a nice start for next year, and I'm leaving a gap down the middle. So 5 totes of hackberry so far and 8 totes of oak sitting there. So we got a little bit of a jump on it, but the house is pretty much full. I got 1 or 2 more rows to finish over there, but I'm still feel like I'm behind because all of that over there should be full and seasoned. But we're gonna get back home, finish filling up the rack, and we're actually, are you gonna agree, Evan?
Yeah.
We're actually gonna split some wood. Call us crazy, but we're going to be leaving for about a week, and I want to get that fix out of my system. So I want to get some walnut rounds we got over there split up. Probably going to be a pretty short video, but we just wanted to bring you guys along. So stay tuned. We will see you back at the house. right, so we were about 3 pieces shy, so Evan's gonna grab a couple from right down here and finish that off. But we got some remaining walnut rounds here, and like I said earlier, I'm gonna get my fix on splitting in. And to do that, we're gonna put them in the bucket of the tractor there, and we're gonna bring them to the new location for the 17 VSE. I moved it. It is now under roof. Just the other day, I had to get the camper hooked up. I pulled it out, getting ready for this trip. I washed the roof all off. It's kind of hard to wash it underneath the carport, but I got the roof all washed off, and while I was doing that, I thought, you know what? I need to get this VSE under roof so the rain stays off of it and I don't have to use the tarp. So I'll just kind of show you how I did it. I just pulled the camper up a few feet. I got overhang up there, so basically as long as it's a steady rain and not a blowing rain, it's gonna stay dry and not having all the tree stuff falling on it. So I got it all cleaned up, got it put underneath. That made me feel good. And now when the camper's there, no one can get sticky fingers and hook up to it, which I keep the tongue locked and folded so they're unable to fold the tongue on it anyway. But he's getting some rounds loaded in the big bucket, and look, they all fit in there. That has been a huge advantage picking up this express steel 72-inch snow and mulch. The original bucket sits there. We may have got 4 of those rounds in there, and he's got them all in there. So all right, that's enough yapping. We're gonna set up and do a little splitting. Pretty stringy for walnut. So, all right, everybody, there's a beautiful, full bucket of walnut splits. And I just got to say, you guys seen the bark coming off that walnut? I found the outside edge of a couple of those pieces to be kind of stringy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. This walnut log has been laying over in the secondary wood yard for over a year, and it just was a little bit too small for making any lumber out of it. I've kept a big one over there, and I've got a big cherry log, but yeah, the new process is working out beautifully. Now, I think a lot of this will probably be bundle grade, but I'm not real concerned with it. Our biggest concern right now is getting more mixed hardwood for this fall for bulk sales, because that was very, very popular last year. But there you go, guys. New location for the 17 VSE. Full shade all afternoon, if nothing else, right, Evan?
Yep.
Because once the sun, about 1 o'clock on, it is full shade there up underneath the carport. So that is going to be awesome. But guys, that's probably going to do it for this one. I know it was just a real short catch-up video. We have went through some changes at work. I'm working a lot later now, so afternoon splitting or getting anything done hasn't been happening. It was a stretch to get a video in here for you guys, but we wanted to get the remainder of this walnut split up before we went, kind of get our splitter fix in there before we left. So real soon I may have an adult beverage in my hand and my feet sitting in some very cold, hopefully mountain water. So that's the plan for this week, because it is going to be very, very hot here in the Midwest. So you guys out there stay cool, and we're going to stay cool. No, I haven't forgot anything. Do you need to say anything?
No.
He doesn't need to say anything. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here if you stuck around this long. Until next time, everybody, as always, get outside.
See ya.